We kicked off Raw this week with a presentation of a brand new championship for then SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. They kicked off the show with this. The belt itself is a World Heavyweight title belt, basically, on a white strap, called the Women's World Champion. Exactly like we predicted, exactly like many people expected. I love the booking here where they gave Rhea her moment with the belt, then had Dom come out. So you got the cheers, followed by the boos, followed by Cody Rhodes, who would come to the ring, and Cody would challenge Dom to a match at Money in the Bank. Miz would come out a cheap shot later, and the match is on. I'll tell you what, I'm at Money in the Bank. I cannot wait to see Cody and Dom. Dom is going to get ripped to shreds by a UK audience. There's no doubt in my mind. And I know for a fact the UK audience cannot wait to see Cody Rhodes wrestle in London. This is things you might have missed from Monday Night Raw. Make sure if you haven't already, you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Cody would go one-on-one with The Miz tonight after Miz TV last week in the first match of Raw. Lots of emphasis put on the arm of Cody Rhodes, continuing that broken arm story. There was even blood on the back of Cody's head tonight. You know he's wanted to bleed in WWE for a hell of a long time at this point. But of course it would be Cody Rhodes successful tonight, defeating The Miz. Obviously the setup for Money in the Bank is on, but Cody Rhodes has new merch out. Claim Your Kingdom shirts. Honestly, that one on the right, that logo looks absolutely amazing. Cody would rep it actually on tonight's Raw when he was talking about the upcoming match with Dominic Mysterio and the whole Judgment Day thing at Money in the Bank. And then, of course, Cody also has the Red Nightmare belt available now on WWEshop.com. So after last week's Raw, it was the rift in the Judgment Day that was the major talking point. And this week, they continued it. Look at Finn Balor's body language here. He was out of shot. He wasn't looking at the Judgment Day. He really wasn't interested in what was going on. Damian again made the point. He didn't want people to come out for his match with Riddle. And of course, he did not have anyone come out. Finn did not come out this week. This was my match of the night. Just had everything you could want. We have to talk about Damian Priest's commitment here. Look at this. Oh my God. I love that. Brilliant move. But of course, Damian would hit the razor's edge from the springboard to win. Damian Priest taking that final spot in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Honestly, he deserves it. It would then be Gunther who would come out. We'd get a little face-to-face with Priest. And of course, Damian would just tell him to go and pick the bones of Matt Riddle. Continuing that feud between Gunther and Riddle. I mean, the flow of the show felt really, really good. And this is a perfect example of why. Well, later on Raw, we'd find out what was eating Finn Balor. And it was the fact he wanted a World Heavyweight title match at Money in the Bank. Now, you got to give Balor some props here. The crowd, non-stop, was singing Seth's song. Even Seth was trying to stop them at points. They just kept singing. Threw Balor out of the promo for sure, but he recovered it very well. We got to the point he challenged Seth for Money in the Bank. Seth seemed to accept it. Seth would then say, hey, what version of you is going to show up at London? Is it going to be the Finn that had one arm hanging off and still beat me? Or is it this Finn Balor? And this is the question, because looking at the Judgment Day, there's an obvious rift there. We talked about it a minute ago, and obviously last week too. Honestly, could we see Finn turn face? Could we see the old Finn Balor leave the Judgment Day? Later, we would also get the tease we've been waiting for. Finn, once again, this time speaking to JD McDONAGH. JD would walk off when Damian Priest arrived. Damian Priest obviously seemed okay with Finn going for the title, but he would tell Finn to get it done. Now you got to wonder what Damian would think if Finn doesn't get it done. Seth Rollins would issue an open challenge for next week for the World Heavyweight Championship just before the main event tonight. You got to think Finn's got to hope Seth wins that match. Is it not just convenient a little bit that Logan Paul returns next week? He was Seth's WrestleMania opponent. Could you see Seth and Logan next week for the title? But before next week, Will Seth Rollins respond to Bron Breakker on NXT tomorrow night? So if you don't usually check out NXT, it might be worth it this week.
Where's Baldy at? Where's Baldy?
Hey, guys, what's the problem here?
We would see Coach Chad Gable teaching Max Dupree how to wrestle, not only backstage, but on social media. There's a couple of clips surfacing teaching Max Dupree how to do the arm drag. Of course, Chad Gable have a very quick match with Eric from the Viking Raiders tonight on Raw. He would be successful, but the story is during the match, Maxine executed that armbar perfectly. And of course, now you got to say Maxine versus Valhalla. It's going to happen. Got to give a shout out to the kid wearing an Uncle Howdy mask behind the commentary table. Lots of people talking on social media about this. It is just a kid wearing an Uncle Howdy mask, but very cool to see nonetheless. Zoe Stark came out alone this week, with Trish not being at Raw, of course, to interrupt Becky Lynch, who is craving the power that Money in the Bank will give her if she's able to win it. I like the fact they're continuing this feud. Obviously, both are in Money in the Bank. It would be Chelsea and Sonya that would come out, though, because Chelsea would go one-on-one with Becky Lynch. I love the fact Zoe stuck around on top of one of the ladders. Normally they're not used at all, but at least in this circumstance, it made sense. Now, Becky beat Chelsea, but the story is Becky versus Zoe down the road, obviously with the Becky and Trish feud still going on. Shinsuke Nakamura actually cost Ricochet his match tonight against Bronson Reed. We then see the two work together to deliver a devastating top rope superplex to Bronson Reed. Interestingly, after this, Ricochet wanted a rematch. We found out Nakamura will face Reed next week. Ricochet did not look happy. I'm assuming we're going to see repeated reversed as Ricochet tossed Shinsuke. Could we get a heel turn here? Natalya, in a really short interview, would say that since her match with Rhea Ripley, she realises that being her has not got her anywhere, and now she doesn't even know how to be her anymore. What? It was Ronda Rousey causing not only a distraction, but also an interference. Look at where the placement of that foot, bet that hurt. Of course, it would cost Raquel Rodriguez her match against Shayna Baszler tonight. Indus Sher challenged Sheldon and Cedric to a match. Now, I really like this. I'll tell you why, because last week the match didn't actually happen, but Jinder said out of respect, because you showed us respect, we want to give you an official match. I like that. I really like the fact that you can have heels that demand but give out respect. That's pretty cool. The main event for the tag team titles was literally really good. I recommend you definitely watch that tag match. Of course, it showed the heart of Sami Zayn, but it was Riddle coming out, causing a distraction, taking Gunther out of the match, that would allow Sami to win with a Blue Thunder Bomb. Still tag team champions. Very fun end of the show. Overall, I thought Raw was really good. I thought the pacing of it, the way they told the stories, was really nice tonight. 9 out of 10 from me. Next week could be fun. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on those notifications, never miss another upload, like the video, share the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace!